All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Suicide Squad, man. I've been saying it, okay? And listen, I openly admit when I'm wrong. You guys know, I've admitted I'm wrong like 20 times already on this stream with many different topics. But I've also been right a lot too. And Suicide Squad, I'm taking that W. I'm taking that W. This game, from the beginning, I knew was going to fail. And it's not even about the DEI stuff. I want to be very clear. It's not about the DEI stuff. I started hating on this game when I realized what they were doing in terms of the service they were providing. This game is trash, okay? And the reason why it's trash is because they decided to want to do a live service game when nobody was ever asking for a live service game of an Arkham game. Nobody asked for that. You took away an amazing game series like the Arkham games, and you tried to make a live service version of it with the Suicide Squad. That alone was not going to be as successful as, let's say, the Justice League, but you decided to make it into a live service game. You took away a beautiful single player experience for it, and then you charged maximum price for it, which, hey, listen, you're allowed to do that, okay? But with that maximum price, you know what you got for that? Here's what you got for that maximum price. You got broken servers. You got super buggy gameplay. You had game-breaking bugs that were ruining the experience on day one. On day one. And then you throw in the DEI shit afterwards that a lot of people tacked on. It's just another reason to be pissed at you. And you had an overall garbage experience. Garbage experience. There's no way that you can charge full price for a game that doesn't even fucking work. Like, that was my biggest gripe with it. Once I saw what was happening with that game and how the servers were fucking garbage, and they had the audacity to be like, "Oh, well, we'll fix it soon. We don't know what's wrong. We'll fix it." They literally said they don't know what's wrong. Okay, I guess. So then what ended up happening was people were investigating the SBI stuff. And that's how this all happened. I want to be very clear with you guys. It's like causality, right? If you guys ever read Berserk, and the Skull Knight calls about the Skull Knight talks about the flow of causality, right? The flow of causality, how things that are supposed to happen will happen. Well, this is the flow of causality, right? Where a game like Suicide Squad that Sweet Baby Inc. was involved in, because this game failed spectacularly, because this game was so bad, because people were questioning, how can this game be this bad? Why is this game so terrible? And then when people started to experience the story and started seeing, well, why are all the men treated like shit? Why are all the women put on a pedestal? This game is the reason why we are in Gamergate 2.0 right now. This is the game. This one right here. This game. Because this game failed so spectacularly, it got people asking questions. And once people started asking questions, that was it. And look where we're at now, right? So what's the whole point of this, right? The whole point of this is I'm taking this W, ladies and gentlemen. I'm taking this W because I'm happy to announce that Warner Brothers apparently has taken a $200 million hit to their revenue because of this game. Not 10, not 20, not 100, $200 million fucking dollars. And all these DC fans out there that are trying to gaslight you and pretend as if, oh no, this game is amazing. You PC players are, you guys don't count. Your numbers don't count. Nobody cares about Steam numbers. The console numbers are what matters. Really? Really? Well, it don't look that way. It don't look that way at all. A lot of these console gamers genuinely try to downplay just how popular it is to play on PC and how many people actually play on PC, prefer to play on PC. Again, it's not the only way to play, obviously, but for you to downplay the effects of 200 concurrent players on Steam, yeah, bro, that's bullshit. You must be bugging. If you think a game only has 200 concurrent players on Steam and you're trying to say it's successful because of, whatever, console gamers are going to pick up the slack. Console gamers are going to pick up the slack, yeah? On this? No, bro. Not at all. Not at all. You took L after L after after L. They took so many L's. Bad servers, bad gameplay, bad story, bad everything, bad mechanics. Fucking just bad. So, again, guys, I'm taking this W. Now, here's the funny thing about this. So, I want to read this part here because I made a video on this. It's coming out tomorrow. So, make sure if you guys want to see my full thoughts on this, go check out the video. I'm not going to be able to cover it all in the stream. But look at this part right here. Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League has disappointed Warner Bros. Discovery, owner of developer ROCKSTEADY, to the tune of a $200 million hit to their revenue. And then it says, reporting its Q1 financial results, Warner Bros. Discovery said that its games revenue declined significantly as a result of a tough comparison with last year's best-selling video game Hogwarts Legacy. Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League generated significantly lower revenues compared with those generated by Hogwarts Legacy during the same 3-month period, the company said. Now, bro, how can you compare the two? These two games are not comparable. They're not even close to being comparable for a multitude of different reasons. And if anything, Hogwarts Legacy proves that you fucked up going the live service route. You fucked up. You had an amazing single player experience that people would have spent money on. They would have bought it. It probably wouldn't have done as well as Hogwarts Legacy, and I'll explain why, but they would have purchased it. They're completely different experiences. They're not even close to being the same. So here's my reason for this, why you can't compare the two. Number one, Harry Potter, and some people will disagree with me. Harry Potter is a bigger name and a bigger IP. It's worth more worldwide than DC. As famous as some DC characters are, Harry Potter is much more famous, much more beloved from a multitude of different age groups. It is not even close. Harry Potter blows DC out the water. Okay? That's just number one. Okay? Just from the IPs alone, there was no way that DC was ever going to come close to Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy has a world appeal. An actual like full world appeal. DC doesn't have that full world appeal. I would guarantee you, if you go to different countries, you're more likely to find people that know about Harry Potter than know about DC characters. The only difference, and I'm talking about as a whole. I'm not talking about singular characters, right? Because if you want to talk about singular characters, then yeah, DC, obviously they have like characters like Batman and the Joker that are known throughout the entire world that everybody can recognize. We know that. But in terms of the IPs as a whole, especially when you're playing a game like Suicide Squad, because you're not even playing the Justice League, right? You're playing Suicide Squad. So as a whole, Harry Potter is going to be more successful just from the IP by itself. Okay? Number one. Number two, the actual gameplay itself. Hogwarts Legacy came out the gate pretty much almost perfect, right? Obviously, there's a little bit of issues here. Oh, Superman too. I'm sorry, Superman. Superman also is a fairly, obviously, everybody knows who Superman is. But in terms of this game, I feel like people would go for the Harry Potter more than anything. It's just true. It's been proven, right? So, in terms of the gameplay, Hogwarts Legacy came out the gate swinging, right? Came out the gate swinging. Didn't matter what platform. You had console release, you had PC release, multi-platform release. It was great. Perfect. Right? Then you have Suicide Squad, which came out the gate fumbling. It was falling on its face. It was struggling to stand up. Right? It took, what, I think like a month or so to even get close to being fixed. I think there's still issues with the game, still to this day, I believe. So Hogwarts Legacy came out the gate swinging. Suicide Squad came out the gate fumbling. Hogwarts Legacy is a single-player experience. It's going to get people engrossed in it for hours upon hours. Suicide Squad is a live service game that you're supposed to play for months and months and months, but it had no content to support it because they want to sell it to you later. So Hogwarts Legacy, good complete game. Suicide Squad, half-assed game that they're going to sell you the rest later. Coupled with the fact that coming out the gate, you're just complete garbage. Obviously, you're not leaving a good impression. That's number 2. Number 3, and the one that everybody always talks about, okay, is the controversy. Hogwarts Legacy had a massive push because of the support that people were giving it to own the libs, right? Like, you know, the quote unquote own the libs. They were trying to own all the angry trans people that didn't know what the fuck they were mad at to begin with. They just don't like J.K. Rowling, so they wanted people to boycott the game because of their feelings. Everybody said, fuck you, I'm going to go buy this game because it's awesome. It's a good game, and you know what I mean? The controversy definitely skyrocketed the game. I still think it would have sold very well, but obviously the controversy helped it. Suicide Squad didn't have controversy until the game came out. And it wasn't good controversy. It was bad. It was bad. Everybody was talking about how bad the game was. Everybody was talking about how shitty the story was. Everybody was talking about how they ruined Batman, how they ruined all the Justice League characters. You cannot compare the two. The fact that Warner Brothers Discovery thought that they could even come close to comparing the two is stupid. That shows me that you guys are not paying attention to what's happening out there in the world right now. They're not paying attention to the overall discourse of what's happening with players, gamers, and whatnot. Nobody's paying attention.